Have you ever stopped to think about how much control the food you eat has over your health, your energy, even your mood? We often focus on what we should eat more of, like fruits, vegetables, or whole grains. But just as important, maybe even more important, is knowing what to avoid. Because the truth is, some of the most common foods in our daily lives are quietly working against us. They taste good, they're convenient, they're everywhere, but behind the flavor and marketing, they can leave us sluggish, bloated, overweight, or at risk for serious health problems. Imagine spending your hard-earned money on food that doesn't fuel you, but instead slowly steals your vitality. That's why today we're diving deep into 7 foods you should avoid for better health. By the end, you'll know exactly which everyday choices are sabotaging your well-being, and most importantly, you'll discover smarter swaps that can help you feel lighter, stronger, and more energized. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits, sugary drinks. Think about sodas, energy drinks, even those so-called fruit juices that line the supermarket aisles. They look innocent, they taste refreshing, but they're basically liquid sugar bombs. A single can of soda can have 40 grams of sugar or more. That's like eating 10 teaspoons of sugar in just a few gulps. The problem with liquid sugar is that it bypasses your body's natural hunger cues. When you chew food, your body registers fullness. But when you drink sugar, your brain doesn't get the same message. That's why you can down a large soda and still feel hungry, which leads to overeating. Over time, this overload of sugar spikes your blood glucose, forces your pancreas to pump out more insulin, and puts you on the fast track toward insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. It's also one of the leading contributors to obesity and fatty liver disease. The scary part? Many people think fruit juice is a healthy choice, but most store-bought juices are just as sugary as soda, without the fiber of whole fruit. So what's the better option? Water will always be king, but if you want flavor, try sparkling water with lemon or unsweetened iced tea. If you love juice, make a smoothie with whole fruits so you get the fiber, which slows down sugar absorption and keeps you full longer. Next on the list is processed meats. We're talking bacon, hot dogs, sausages, pepperoni, and deli meats. These foods have become a staple in sandwiches, breakfast plates, and party snacks, but the health cost is alarming. Processed meats are often packed with sodium, nitrates, and other preservatives. Studies have repeatedly linked them to higher risks of colorectal cancer, heart disease, and stroke. The nitrates used to preserve the meat can turn into nitrosamines in your body, which are carcinogenic. And because these meats are often high in saturated fat, they also raise bad cholesterol, clog arteries, and increase the risk of hypertension. Think about it, every bite of bacon might come with a side of long-term consequences. Now, I know bacon and hot dogs are comfort foods, and they bring back memories of family barbecues or weekend breakfasts, but there are healthier alternatives. Instead of processed deli slices, choose lean cuts of fresh chicken, turkey, or roast beef that you prepare yourself. For sandwiches, try grilled veggies, hummus, or even chickpeas for protein. And if you love the smoky flavor, season fresh meats or fish with paprika and spices. You'll get the taste without the toxins. Now let's talk about something most of us are guilty of eating: refined grains. White bread, white rice, pastries, and regular pasta all fall into this category. The problem with refined grains is that during processing, the bran and germ are stripped away, leaving only the starchy endosperm. That means you lose most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What you're left with is a product that digests quickly, spikes your blood sugar, and leaves you hungry again within an hour or two. Over time, this roller coaster of spikes and crashes can contribute to weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and even mood swings. To make matters worse, many refined grain products are enriched, which sounds healthy but really just means some synthetic vitamins are added back in, not nearly enough to replace what was lost. Compare that to whole grains, which are naturally rich in fiber and nutrients and keep you satisfied longer. Instead of white bread, go for whole grain or sprouted bread. Swap white rice for brown rice, quinoa, or farro. Choose whole wheat pasta or lentil pasta instead of regular pasta. These alternatives don't just stabilize your blood sugar, they also support gut health and reduce your risk of chronic disease. The fourth food to avoid is something that has been marketed as a health choice for decades, but it's actually one of the worst offenders: margarine and other hydrogenated oils. Back in the day, margarine was promoted as a healthier alternative to butter because it was made from vegetable oils instead of animal fats. But the problem is the process used to make margarine created trans fats, which are now known as some of the most dangerous fats you can consume. Trans fats raise your bad LDL cholesterol, lower your good HDL cholesterol, and cause inflammation in the body. This combination makes them a recipe for heart disease, obesity, and even certain cancers. Even though many brands have reduced or eliminated trans fats, margarine and processed oils are still far from healthy. They're often highly refined, stripped of nutrients, and linked to poor cardiovascular health. Instead of margarine, choose real butter in moderation, or even better, use healthier fats like olive oil or avocado oil. These provide monounsaturated fats that protect the heart and support brain function. And if you need a spread, try natural nut butters or avocado on toast. They taste amazing and come with actual health benefits. Fifth on the list is deep-fried foods. French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, yes, they're delicious, but they're also loaded with unhealthy fats, calories, and often acrylamides, which form when starchy foods are fried at high temperatures. Acrylamides are linked to cancer risk, while the excess oils can promote inflammation and oxidative stress. Not to mention, fried foods are usually cooked in cheap vegetable oils that degrade when heated, creating harmful free radicals. Eating fried foods regularly is strongly associated with obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. The worst part? They're engineered to be addictive, with that perfect crispy texture and salty flavor. But here's the good news, you can still enjoy crispy foods without the health damage. Use an air fryer to get that crunch with little to no oil. Bake your potatoes instead of frying them, and season them with spices like garlic, rosemary, or paprika for flavor. If you love fried chicken, try oven-baked chicken with whole grain breading. These swaps give you the satisfaction without the health risks. Number 6 might surprise you, flavored yogurts. They sound healthy, right? Yogurt has probiotics, protein, and calcium. But here's the catch. Most flavored yogurts are basically dessert disguised as breakfast. A single serving can have more sugar than a candy bar. And because many of these yogurts are low-fat, they remove the natural fat that keeps you full and replace it with sugar to make up for the flavor. That combination leads to blood sugar spikes and cravings. Over time, it can sabotage weight loss and increase the risk of diabetes. What's worse, some yogurts contain artificial flavors and colors that provide zero health benefits. The better alternative is simple, choose plain Greek yogurt or plain regular yogurt. Add your own fruit, nuts, or a drizzle of honey for natural sweetness. This way, you control the sugar and keep all the benefits of probiotics and protein. Plus, the natural flavors you add will taste fresher and more satisfying than anything from a factory. Finally, let's talk about ultra-processed snacks. Chips, cookies, candy bars, packaged pastries, all those colorful boxes and bags that call your name in the grocery store. These snacks are often engineered in labs to be hyperpalatable, which means they're designed to hit the bliss point of salt, sugar, and fat that keeps you coming back for more. They're also filled with preservatives, artificial flavors, and chemicals your body doesn't need. Eating them regularly floods your system with empty calories, spikes your blood sugar, and leaves you hungry again soon after. Over time, this can lead to weight gain, poor gut health, and chronic diseases. The problem isn't just that they're unhealthy, it's that they replace real food in your diet. Every time you grab chips, that's one less opportunity for fruit, nuts, or vegetables. The healthier alternative. Stock up on whole food snacks like almonds, walnuts, carrots with hummus, apple slices with peanut butter, or even dark chocolate in moderation. These snacks satisfy cravings, fuel your body, and give you real nutrients. Now let's step back and take a look at what we've uncovered. The 7 foods you should avoid for better health are sugary drinks, processed meats, refined grains, margarine and hydrogenated oils, deep-fried foods, flavored yogurts, and ultra-processed snacks. Each of them seems harmless when you look at them individually, and in moderation, you might not notice the effects right away. But when they become regular parts of your diet, they chip away at your health, little by little. The result is weight gain, fatigue, and a higher risk of serious diseases that could otherwise be prevented. The good news is that every small change counts. Swapping soda for sparkling water, bacon for fresh chicken, white bread for whole grain, margarine for olive oil, fries for air-fried veggies, flavored yogurt for plain Greek yogurt with fruit, and chips for nuts. These are not huge sacrifices. They're simple swaps that, over time, will completely change the way you feel. Food isn't just about calories or taste. It's information. Every bite you take sends a message to your body. It either tells your body to thrive or it tells your body to struggle. The choice is in your hands. You don't need to cut out all your favorite indulgences overnight, and you don't need to be perfect. But by being aware of these 7 foods and choosing healthier alternatives most of the time, you give yourself the gift of better energy, clearer skin, sharper focus, and a longer, stronger life. So the next time you're at the grocery store or sitting down for a meal, remember what you've learned today. Ask yourself, is this food fueling me or fooling me? Because your health is built on the little choices you make every day. Start making the better ones now, and your future self will thank you.